Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Can everybody hear properly? See properly? Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very excited to have you here together at the Alumni Meetup Austria 2021. And we are now actually starting half an hour of a discussion among all of you. And I have some great questions in store for you. And I would really like to start with the simplest thing, which is please introduce yourselves. Maybe throw in an information about which university you studied, how long it took, your name. That would be very kind. So maybe let's start with Monika, please.
Yes, so my name is Monika. I studied at Vysoká škola ekonomická, the Prague University of Economics and Business. And I did my exchange semester 2020 in the spring term, so just right before COVID started.
Let's say Michael, please.
Yeah, sure. First of all, greetings from Austria.
I cannot really hear you that well.
Is it better now?
Much better, thank you.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
First of all, greetings from Austria. I studied at the Karl Franzens University of Graz, and my semester was in Czech Republic in Pilsen at the Západočeské University, Pilsen. I hope I pronounced it right. I hope so. I tried very much. It was like the main time of my stay there was like pronouncing Západočeské. And yeah, I'm now working at the Upper Austrian newspaper. It's like the third biggest newspaper here in Austria. I'm also sitting in the newsroom right now. I looked for a quiet spot here. It's quite busy here. And yeah, that's it.
Wonderful, thank you. Well, we cannot hear anything, just your voice, so the room is quiet for us.
Yeah, maybe my microphone is so bad.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, thank you so much. And René, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm René. I'm a filmmaker, writer, and director from Vienna. And I did a one-year program of directing at FAMU in Prague, which is the film school department of AMU. And I'm not going to try to pronounce the whole name of the school. But AMU is kind of the, it's the University of Performing Arts in Prague.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. I would maybe again like to ask all the attending alumni to write us in the chat and maybe introduce yourself. Where did you study? Maybe even just the city, if you feel like it. That would be very nice. And let me ask you now, what was the most important factor which convinced you to come and study in the Czech Republic? And now let's do the round the other way around.
Okay, so I start. So for me, it was actually clearly the school. It was FAMU because it's a very renowned and prestigious film school. It's one of the oldest film schools in the world. It has a great reputation all over the world, but especially in Europe. It has great alumni. Milos Forman, for instance, studied at FAMU and also taught at FAMU while he was still alive. For people who don't know, Milos Forman is a very famous Czech director. He directed Amadeus. It's a huge film from the 80s that won 8 Oscars. So that was an important factor. And the fact that FAMU has an international branch, because unfortunately I still don't speak Czech. But they have programs taught in English, and you have a chance there to meet people from all over the world, not just Czech people, although Czech people are fantastic as well, but you really meet people from everywhere. So yeah, that was very appealing to me.
Yeah, I wonder, do you remember when was the first time you heard about FAMU?
I can't really tell you that because the name has always been around. So, and I never paid much attention to it because only when I really came up with the plan of actually studying abroad, I thought of FAMU again. But it's just a very well-known school, so I've always kind of known about it.
Okay, great, thanks.
I also got like a very intensive connection to the Czech Republic because part of my I guess it's my mother's side. All my family members here are living in the near of the Czech Republic. It's like in the quite a few meters to České Budějovice, and I also got a quite big connection and intensive connection here. And yeah, so it was clear for me to go to the Czech Republic. And yeah, it was like, okay, I can go to Prague, and I can go to Budějovice, and I can go to Pilsen. And it was like, yeah, let's try Pilsen. Why not? It sounds interesting. And yeah, the beer is as good as I felt.
Wonderful. Thank you. And Monika?
So I decided to go to the Czech Republic because I always felt really home in the country, because I also am half Slovak, so I kind of grew up with the traditions of the Czech Republic. And especially Prague is my favorite city. So therefore I wanted to stay for an exchange semester there.
Wonderful. So where are you now, both physically and professionally? What are you planning now, Monika?
So I'm currently in Milano, in Italy, doing another exchange semester. But I went on studying in the Czech Republic at the VŠE, and I'm doing their joint degree master's program in international management.
So you're coming back.
Yes.
Wonderful. Great. That makes us happy. Can I ask you, Michael, how has studying here impacted your professional career as a journalist?
Maybe my alumni stay was the reason why I got this job here. Because I went to Pilsen and I wrote to the Upper Austrian newspaper like an email, and I wrote them, okay, you know, Upper Austria, the Czech Republic is like neighbors, but they can't be pretty much different. They don't understand each other, but they eat the same. They think the same, they laugh the same way, they're pretty much the same, but they can't talk to each other. So I wrote the news. I wrote the I don't know the chef of the newspaper. I don't know the English word for chefredakteur. It's like the big boss.
Yeah, in Czech is chefredakteur.
I guess chef is good.
Yeah.
And I wrote him an email, and I was like, okay, I'm going there. Maybe are you interested in like some form of text, like, okay, how similar the Upper Austrians, the Austrians are to the Czech? And it's like, a lost relationship. It's like a brother and sister, or brother and brother, and like they separated pretty much. And I wrote 8 or 9 texts that were also published in the newspaper. And when I came back, it was February 2019. The newspaper came to me and they told me, hey, your texts were so good. We really liked them. And there are Czech people coming to us, and they told us, wow, great, you're writing about the Czech Republic. You're writing about the relationship. We should do more of this. So this was my beginning here, and I'm here for 2 years now. And yeah, so that's the reason why I got this newspaper job, I guess.
That's wonderful. And you're happy where you are?
I'm really happy, yeah, because I started teaching, and it was in August 2019 where I got a choice between teaching and the newspaper. And yeah, so my decision was clear. The second clearest decision in my life was going to Pilsen and joining the newspaper.
Can we quote you on that after the event?
Sure.
Okay, great. And now I have a question for René. Did you make any vital connections for your career while studying in the Czech Republic?
Absolutely. Both in terms of colleagues who were studying there with me, as well as in terms of, professionals who have already been in the industry way before me, or also in terms of teachers who taught at FAMU. I've met so many people, and I've stayed in touch with tons of them, surprisingly many. And we keep working together. So we started working together while I was still studying there, and it hasn't stopped ever since. So I live in Vienna now again, but I keep going back and forth between Vienna and Prague for work. I commute pretty much regularly, which is, it's just 4 hours by train, so it's doable, and I'm very happy about that. So I've met so many people, and I'm still in touch with them, and really paid off completely.
Wow, it almost looks like you all need to come to Prague and come to our house, and we need to meet in person because it seems like you will all be coming.
For sure.
That's great. And maybe Monika, the same question.
Yeah.
Did you make any vital connections for your professional or maybe now academic career path?
So academic, definitely, because when I applied for my business school, again, it's always like an advantage to already have been to that school. On the other hand, like professionally, I luckily was allowed to work with people who studied in university as I did in Czech Republic, even though I worked in Austria. So we kind of didn't meet in Prague, but we met back home when I was working. That really helped me also in getting the job. And yeah.
And I think with Mikhail or Michael,
As you will, you can choose.
Michael, let's go.
Michael, perfect.
Okay. For you, I think, is there anything you would like to add on this question as well? Anything apart from the newspaper job you got?
Yeah, going home to Pilsen is like coming home a little bit. From 2019 on, I nearly every year I ran the pool marathon. It's like the half marathon in Pilsen, and I was running it with friends of mine. I got to know there, like as other alumni or colleagues there at the university, and we ran the half marathon here in Pilsen. And maybe sometimes I guess we met 2 or 3 times in Vienna, because it's like in the middle of Pilsen and Linz. And yeah, it's like like you said, a very vital connection.
Well, wonderful. So now I have a really difficult question for all of you. What is your favorite Czech food, if you have any?
Oh.
Is it so different from Austrian? Actually,
I know what to say, but I don't know the Czech word right now.
You can describe it in English if you don't know. We can play guess game.
Yeah, when I say no, there are. Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I can just go on. Oh no, he's ready.
Okay. Right now, my chef just popped in. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, we're kind of busy now. When I say there are dumplings in it, I guess it's not much help.
Knedlitsky? Is it that?
Yeah, it's like meat, dumplings, and sauce.
Yeah, that's not helpful. That's almost
Not
every
really,
dish.
that's
Right?
Yes. I need to Google it now. I guess Monika, René, go first.
Yeah.
So maybe I can just go on. My truly favorite dish is actually something sweet and super touristic for Prague, but it's the delník, and I really love that because I always used to eat it as a child. So that's my favorite.
Wow, but it actually comes from Austria, right? No?
I don't know. I never had it in Austria. At least it's not from our part. I always just had it in the Czech Republic, and it kind of got this connection for me with Prague.
Yeah. Okay.
So sorry.
No, René, I interrupted you. Sorry.
Oh, no. If it does come from Austria, then Czech people are definitely much better at advertising it than we are, because I've never seen it in Austria before. But you see it all over the Czech Republic. It's actually a shame I'm the last one to answer this question, because I wanted to say the same as Monika. So I couldn't think of anything else. Sorry.
Really? Wow.
But anything with dumplings is usually pretty good.
And I got the name now. Svíčková.
Svíčková, of course.
Of
yeah.
course. It's like the typical Czech food, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, it is. Well, if there is any other suggestions, what is the favorite food? Please, our attendees, feel free to write in the event chat. I see there is no messages, or maybe it's not working. I'm not sure. But if you have any favorite foods, please let us know in there. And now something more serious. How would you describe your relationship with the Czech Republic? Do you keep in touch with your alma mater? Those are 2 questions. Maybe let's just start with how would you describe your relationship with the Czech Republic? Monika.
Okay, I can start. I mean, as you can say, I keep in touch because I went back. I'm already a student at University Prague, so I have to be in touch with Prague, with my alma mater as well. So I actually just moved back and have the same experience I had before. But this is actually really good, I would say, because I preferred it over what I did before. So it's really good for me. And I always am in touch with the Czech Republic.
René?
To me, it's just it's a place that's very dear to me and has a very special place in my heart. It really, when I was studying there, it really felt like a completely new home to me very quickly. And I remember I didn't like the thought of returning back to Vienna at all in the beginning. I wanted to stay there actually, but I had some stuff I needed to do in Vienna, so I returned, and now it kind of feels like I have 2 homes. So I'm really happy to keep going back and forth between Prague and Vienna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Michael?
like René, you already said it. It's like coming home a little bit. When I went to Pilsen 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was like going home, like breathing the Pilsner air again. It's like seeing everything, and it was so fine. It was like really, wow, there's like a piece of me missing that's now back. And because the relationship to the Czech Republic and Austria is so interesting, because pretty near but also pretty distant.
And do you keep in touch with your alma mater?
Yeah, oh, sorry, Monika. Do you want something to say?
You can go.
Okay, sorry. I'm still staying in touch with my teachers there. We're writing on Facebook.
Okay,
And,
Facebook.
yeah. Just keep in touch every few weeks, and of course on birthdays, on Christmas, you write each other, you wish each other good luck. And yeah, when I come back to Pilsen, I try to visit them all, but it's not always possible. But then I have a reason to come back again, because I never finished all.
Wonderful. Anyone who would like to? René.
Oh, okay. Same question for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as with Michael. I keep staying. Also, students at FAMU who are currently studying there, FAMU staff sometimes ask me to help them out a bit with, if they need someone like for student project to help with assistant directing or something, or production management. I sometimes go back for that too. So yeah, I'm in touch with many people there.
Okay, that's amazing. And Monika.
Shall I also answer?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so I mean, I am definitely in touch with all of the people from the university, and also with most of the friends I made there, actually, funnily, because usually you would say that you meet each other and after a semester you kind of go your own way, but it actually stayed really, really a close friendship, and I really appreciated that. And also with all of my teachers, and especially with the international office, we still keep in touch and appreciate this relationship as well.
Okay, great. What is the one most important lesson that you learned at the university and still remember to this day? Let's start with René.
Sure. So I've always been kind of a perfectionist. I still am, but it used to be, really bad with me. I was very much of a control freak, and I used to make plans, and I wouldn't let go of the plans, and I would just stick to them. And I've become a bit more relaxed during my time in Prague. So I've learned to, to have a plan for sure. I think that's very important to have a plan, but to be a bit more flexible and to be willing to let go of it if necessary, and to adapt to things. And I think FAMU, Prague, and the Czech Republic and Czech people were very helpful in that, because the whole attitude there is kind of a more relaxed one, and less serious than in Vienna. And that was very nice.
So for me, it definitely was to find more a work-life balance than I had before, because we had like so many events going on that it was kind of a good break from studying and university, which I didn't have a lot before. So that was definitely one of the most important things for me to find out. That's possible to have both.
No, it's very important to have that.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Staying curious, I guess, was the biggest thing I learned. And also, if you don't understand something at the first glance or at the first view, be curious, try to look behind the facade and try to understand something. This was like the main thing with the German language. I don't hope so. With the Czech language. This was like with the Czech language. When you really didn't understand anything, you're going by bus, you're going by train, and you just know the name of the station you will exit, and you understand nothing less. So just be curious, ask a lot, because it's always try and just be curious. There's so many to experience, so many things to find, especially in Czech, and I'm fascinated by the Czech vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was always interesting for me where there's a word with no consonants. Just consonants, no vowels. It was also like, it's really interesting, fascinating.
Do you have any like favorite Czech word, or maybe a word which you just can't stand?
I've got a few favorite words, but I can't say them all. This was just like smrslina. It's like
Zmrzlina, yes.
Zmrzlina. I just like to say it.
Yeah.
But there's also a train station in Pilsen, and the name is so difficult that also Czech can't pronounce it right. Sadice and so on. It's like only the Czech people just say Sadi, and I know why.
Yeah, that must be then really difficult. What about the others? That was just a question which just popped in my head. Do you have a favorite Czech word?
For me, it's mainly place names in Prague, and also usually the ones that I can't pronounce. Those are the funny ones, without a vowel, like I don't know, Lecký Ostrov. It's just very weird in my ears. Pstrosva, these street names and stuff. I find them funny. They're not really funny in terms of meaning, but the pronunciation to me. Mm-hmm. But I'm also, I find it very charming, and I wish I was better at Czech. So I'm thinking about doing a proper language course now for 3 months or something. Maybe I'll make some progress then. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe also my favorite word in Czech is papoušek, which means because it is so sweet.
That's very cute.
I'm from Slovak, so yeah, it was just so sweet when a small child at the zoo told me that this bird was called like this, because I usually speak Slovak there, and this was completely different, and it sounded so sweet.
Oh. Oh, that's very nice. Well, on this note, I would like to remind everyone that the Czech Centers Vienna are offering Czech courses. So if you would like to, you can still get some good lessons from them. And since you're traveling here so often, maybe it will be really good for you. And I'm thinking about. You already talked about whether you're connected with the locals and you're coming here very often. Is there any favorite place, like one specific place you really like in the area you lived in when you were studying here?
The Náměstí Republiky, so the main place in Pilsen. It's like this big church there, and this big place which is like too big for the church, because Pilsen, I guess, lies on 4 rivers, And the people there always thought, okay, we're going to be such a big city for trading. We're going to need a big marketplace. Yeah, that was not the case. There's just the big place now, and there's nothing to fill it. Just a few statues on the corners of this place. And I like the wideness there. I like to stand there to look around, and not just the church there, but also the beautiful houses all around. It's like my favorite place in Pilsen.
Great. What about you, Monika?
My favorite place in Prague was probably the castle, because my mom always told me like stories about it, and it was so sweet to see it in real life. And also when you went there up by night, when all the tourists are gone, then you can kind of see over whole Prague. So I really enjoy that.
And René?
It's difficult to decide, to be honest, because Prague as a whole is just it's such a picturesque city. It looks like it's from a fairy tale, and there are so many romantic places and very, moody places in the city. I love the islands in the river. I think that's just beautiful, because that's something Vienna doesn't really have, that the river flows through the center of the city, and you can be so close to it. And I love Letna and the view from Letna over the city. I could go on like this forever, so I'll stop here.
Yeah, okay. Well, just that, Michael, you mentioned Náměstí Republiky. The Czech National Agency is on Náměstí Republiky, but in Prague. If you know where Palladium is, probably you do. We are just on the other side of the street, so that just reminded me of when you.
So the right Náměstí, but the false town.
Yeah, exactly. So we have only a few minutes before we end our session here, and I would like to ask a final question, each of you. And what is the greatest achievement you accomplished while you studied in the Czech Republic, in your perspective? It doesn't have to be big in everyone's mind, but for you.
Writing my diploma thesis. I was there a few months, so it was like I was there in Pilsen, like on a little like Pilsen was for me like an island to write there. And I came home in my basket. In my suitcase was my diploma and my diploma thesis. And I came back from Czech Republic, and it was like, wow. So okay, now I've done it. I needed to go to Czech Republic to really finish it.
Great. What about René?
My greatest achievement is, I think, something that we're going to talk about later. It's a film that I made at FAMU, a documentary about conducting, and it's to me my greatest achievement, first of all, because I'm quite proud of it, and second, because we won a festival with it in Prague, FAMU Fest, which is a festival that actually FAMU organizes, and usually they in 99% of cases, they only award Czech productions and not the international ones. And in this case, my film won, so I'm very happy about that.
Awesome. Yeah, we will talk about this in a few minutes. You're right. And now, what about Monika?
Yes, so from now, it is not that a great achievement, because we're all coping with COVID now for the 4th or 3rd semester. But at that time, when it all switched to online and distance learning and all that kind of stuff, that was kind of a really great achievement to cope with all of it, even though being international at that time.
Mm-hmm. I think it is a great achievement even now, because I think it's really difficult to cope with all the changes in the world. And I think we have adapted, we had to adapt a lot. And I think it is achievement.
Thank you.
And now I would like to thank all of you. Actually, René will be staying with me on the stage. We'll be talking a little bit more about his achievement. And if you have anything you would like to say, Michael or Monika, to the attendees, you have the floor now.
You can go ahead.
Okay, I guess Monika and I will say mainly the same thing. If you want to go to Czech Republic, then just check it out. It was a life-changing experience. It's a good experience. You're also growing, not just your knowledge of other countries, but also your personality. And just try it out. It just has the best outtake you can guess.
Yes, exactly. I wanted more or less to say the same, actually. And maybe also, in case there are any questions from any of the participants here, then just let us know. I think we are all three really happy to answer them. And yeah, thank you for having us here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
The Kuimot.
Oh.
There's just a few phrases, but I all write them down, and I thought, okay, I'm going to say all of them.
Okay. Now you have to read the rest. I'm sorry, but
there's just one left, and I guess it's pretty good. Naskladano.
Oh, that's amazing! Wow, and we are now at the end of our session. So Naskladano, Michael, Naskladano, Monika.
Bye. Thanks.
Naskladano. Bye.